Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Williams Grove Speedway, where tonight the Hammerdown iRacing League will settle the Thursday Thunder 410 Sprint Championships here at Williams Grove. Coverage being brought to you tonight by Hammerdown TV as well as Turn 5 Media. You can find Hammerdown TV on Facebook, search Hammerdown TV. Of course, the Hammerdown iRacing League website is www.hdirl.com, and you can find Turn 5 Media on Facebook and on their website. On Facebook at Turn 5 Media and on their website, turn5media.com. Proud to bring you coverage here tonight, and we are going to settle ourselves a championship. As tonight, Skip Tuttle comes into tonight's championship double point event with just a 2-marker advantage over Randy Crowder. Tuttle and Crowder separated by just 2 points here tonight, and for many of the top 10 positions, actually I should say, I'll correct myself, the top 6 positions are a 4-point gap. So if those two cars finish in the top 6, just one spot better than the other could sway tonight's championship in one direction or the other. Going over the points for tonight, there's a 10-point gap from first place to second place. And then from second to third all the way back to sixth, it is a 4-point gap. Once you get to seventh place, seventh to eighth place is a 2-point gap all the way down the line, all the way through the rest of the field. So this is going to be incredibly exciting. If you were with us on Tuesday night, you saw an absolutely thrilling finish to the North Star Mohican Casino Resort 360 Sprint Championship. And we're fixing to see another one here tonight with the Thursday Thunder 410s at Williams Grove. Tonight's running order the field will be lined up according to their points. Tonight's feature, 35 laps in distance here at the famed Williams Grove Speedway. Field moving down the back straightaway. And once they get the signal from the race directors here in the scoring tower, they will make their formation, and we will get this field lined up in their order. So Skip Tuttle, 2-point advantage over Randy Crowder. And even though we talk about those top 2, we've got 3 drivers with a mathematical chance of picking up the championship here tonight. It would take a lot of help, but Tommy Karkin is not mathematically eliminated from the championship conversation here tonight. Now, the one thing I do want to point out before we get this feature started tonight is, of course, there is one drop that gets factored in. So even though we will have what we will be calling the unofficial champion, there will still be a dropped race that will be factored into the point standings. So tonight's unofficial finish will unofficially crown the champion tonight, and then we will await for the official point standings to be released. So now the field will start to get into their order for tonight's feature event, and as they work their way up through the pack and get themselves lined up in the correct order, we will go ahead and tell you about tonight's starting lineup. Going away from the pole tonight with just a 2-point advantage. Coming into tonight's race, Skip Tuttle aboard the 83 machine. To his outside in the 96, it's the man we like to call the old trout fisherman, Randy Crowder. And if he could settle a championship at any track, I'm sure Crowder would pick Williams Grove. He had a thrilling win here earlier in the season. So Randy Crowder will go away from the outside pole. Row number 2 will be George Curtis and Chris Adams. I think I might have gotten them a little bit out of order there. So Randy Crowder, Skip Tuttle, row 1. Row 2 is George Curtis, Matt Everts. Row 3, Wild Bill Moselle and Chris Adams. Row 4 will be the voice of the Brewerton and Fulton Speedway's Adam Buchanan, alongside John Heydrich, Jeremy Zarfos, Eric Elmore, Caleb Sexton and Dave Callahan, Brenton Roxbury and Bruce Hilton, Mike Roxbury and John Litteral. Michael Elledge and Dustin Sizemore will round out tonight's field as they make their way down the front straightaway. Go ahead, give them a hoot, give them a holler. Wave your hats, wave your programs here. The Thursday Thunder 410 Sprints ready to go to work to settle this 8-week series championship.
What are you doing?
And the question we've been asking ourselves all evening long is who's going to finally come out on top in this one? Will it be Skip Tuttle, who comes into tonight's event as the point leader, or will it be Randy Crowder? You might remember last week, this title fight tightened up to 2 points after Crowder was able to gain ground on Tuttle at Volusia. Or can Tommy Karkin come out of nowhere? And actually, now that I say Tommy Karkin, I don't even see Tommy Karkin in the field. So Karkin, we can eliminate him as he has not made the call here tonight. So no Karkin in the 99. So it's down to your top two. Skip Tuttle, Randy Crowder, field bunched up 2 by 2. Making their way through turns 3 and 4. It's time to drop the hammer and decide a champion. Couple of cars crossed up and into the fence in turn 1. And just as we go green, we go yellow here on lap number 1. Saw that one coming a mile away. A couple of cars got tangled up in the first turn and straight out to the fence they went. Working lap number 2 of 35 here tonight. And Tuttle grabbed the early lead and Crowder tucked right into line. Right off the drop of the green, but we're under yellow early here. Let's go ahead and see, seeing how we're under the yellow real quick, let's see if we can dial up your championship too and see what they've got to say here.
User was moved to your channel.
Skip Tuttle, this is Steve Ovens up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hold on. What's up, buddy?
We're up here in the broadcast booth. Want to see if we get a quick word with you.
Yeah, go for it, bud.
How are the nerves tonight, Skip? Just a 2-point lead tonight.
Well, you know I'm nervous. I was ready to go earlier. I went in turn 2 instead of turn 4.
It has been such a battle here in the 410 series, and it tightened up after last week. What's it going to take to seal it up tonight?
Man, it's going to be tough. I've been running with Randy for the last couple hours. He's pretty quick.
It seemed like you guys were pretty quick in practice, man. Good luck to you here tonight.
Thanks, bud. I'm going to need all of it I got.
User was moved out of your channel.
There's Tuttle, who comes into tonight the points leader. We'll talk to Randy Crowder if we get another stoppage in the race here, as I believe we're going to be looking for a restart here off of turns 3 and 4. Appreciate all these drivers letting us pull them into the broadcast booth over the radio like they've always let us do here all season long. We really appreciate that and hope that it adds to our coverage here. Skip Tuttle ready for the restart. Oh, and he pulls the wheelie off of turn 4. He talked about those nerves, man. That could have been nerves there on the restart. Crowder all over him. Look at him. 3 wide off of turn 2. Almost 4 wide. Holy cow, that's not going to work. Into turn 3 here at the Grove. Oh, we got a couple of cars mixed up in turn 3. One car crossed up coming off of turn 4. And we are under yellow here on lap number 5. Boy, people were not wasting any time on that restart. They were 3 wide and almost 4 wide off of the second corner. Well, while we're under the yellow here on lap number 6, let's go ahead and pull Randy Crowder up here and get some of his thoughts.
User was moved to your channel.
Randy Crowder, Steve Ovens here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Man, what's it going to take tonight? Just a 2-point gap, which, you know, with double points tonight, that's essentially just one position tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be tough. Going to have to be calm, smooth, try to run my line and stay out of trouble.
We were talking to Skip about the nerves going into tonight. I mean, if this ain't like the real thing, I don't know what is.
Oh, yeah, bud, you get the jitters for sure. It's real intense right now running for a championship, especially with your good close friend next to you and trying to stay out of each other, you know.
Hey, man, go get him.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, that's the thoughts of Randy Crowder, 2 guys that got a whole deal of respect for one another. Pace car off of the speedway. Tuttle going to drop the hammer once again off turn 4 and pops the wheelie one more time, and Crowder did not get a good restart. Crowder a little slow on the trigger. Off of turn 4, he falls back to the number 4 spot. And yellow flag back out here once more time. Lap 7 and now lap number 8 going up on the board. As, oh, look out, we've got trouble. Oh, your leader, Tuttle, and now Chris Adams got a piece of that. I'm not sure what happened over there in turn 1. Caution flag was already out, though. So field pacing here under the yellow is we had an incident in turn number 1. Skip Tuttle shown as your leader. He is the point leader coming into tonight's event. Chris Adams currently in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Britton Roxbury, who picked up the win with the 360s on Tuesday night. Randy Crowder 4th, George Curtis 5th. 6 through 10 is Matt Everts, John Heydrich, Jeremy Zarfos, Caleb Sexton, and Bruce Hilton. So now it'll be Tuttle and Chris Adams on the front row. Britton Roxbury, Randy Crowder, row 2. And this ought to be pretty interesting because Chris Adams always brings us out piece out here with the Hammer Down League. And Britton Roxbury's been the hottest thing in 4 tires and a wing here over the last course of the week, as he's picked up several strong finishes and a win. Back to the green, and now Tuttle leading Roxbury down the back straightaway, and Roxbury all over Tuttle for position. Randy Crowder, oh, contact between Crowder and Adams, and we've got a mess in turn 4. Parking lot in turn 4. And that all started with a little bit of contact in the corner. It looked like it was Adams and Crowder. That spot in turn 4 is a little bit far away from our vantage point here, from our turn position. So Crowder has got problems on the 96, and we're going to take a look a little bit closer, and he has got some front end damage. No doubt about that one. And Crowder will take it pit side. He'll bring it down the pit lane. Crowder will bring it to the work area, to the attention of the 96 crew. Got some pretty heavy front end damage there. Got that repaired. They've got the front wing back on, and it looks like he will make it back out onto the speedway here for the restart. So that could have been disaster for Crowder if he wasn't able to continue. It looks like he will be able to continue. And now we will see, can Crowder pick his way through the field to try and get up here and battle with Skip Tuttle for this championship? And I'll say this, Tuttle is not going to have it easy, because he has got Britton Roxbury, who's been the hottest thing on 4 tires and a wing in the last 2 or 3 weeks here in the Hammer Down League, as Tuttle quickly back on the gas, trying to get whatever advantage he can get to turn number 1, but Roxbury is there. Roxbury working his way down low off of turn 2, and he's got a good bite. Looking for the lead on Skip Tuttle into turn number 3. They go side by side through turns 3 and 4. You've got a new race leader off turn 4. It's Britton Roxbury. Roxbury makes the pass of, oh, there's contact, and Tuttle goes back to the lead. Rear view mirrors are deactivated here in the Hammer Down iRacing League. Tuttle was coming around the outside, and I don't think Roxbury saw him there. Incidental contact between the two, but they race on. And the yellow flag coming out as we've got a problem here right on the front straightaway. And we will go back under yellow here with just about 16 laps to go. And so far, Skip Tuttle has been able to survive. Randy Crowder, since restarting at the back of the field, has already worked his way up to the 11th spot. So Crowder already picking off cars, trying to claw his way back up through the field here. Tuttle has just run a perfect race so far tonight. He's pulled a wheelie a couple of times on the restarts, but he's been able to set the car back down without making contact with another car or the wall. So Tuttle has been doing everything he needs to do tonight. We've got 15 laps to go. Tuttle came into tonight with a 2-point lead over Crowder in the championship race. Again, this is an 8-week series here for the Thursday Thunder 410 Sprints. 8 weeks, 8 races. You get to drop 1 race. And we'll remind you that after the race is over, all results and championship results will be unofficial until the points keeper is able to go through and drop that lowest finish for both drivers. So again, stay tuned to the website HDIRL.com for the official points release. And if you want to be updated on when that gets posted, follow our Facebook page. Go to facebook.com and search Hammer Down. That's 2 words, Hammer Down, iRacing, all one word, League on Facebook. So Skip Tuttle leading here as the pace car going to pull off the speedway in turn number 3. Tuttle, Roxbury, and now Caleb Sexton is up to the number 3 spot. Back underway, and Roxbury with a run on the outside, trying to make something happen like Tuttle did just a couple of laps previous. Down the back straightaway, and they ain't contact! Tuttle's in the fence. Roxbury got out of shape. Again, the lack of that rear view mirror kind of coming into play there, but what a job both of those drivers did to keep those cars facing forward. Roxbury now the leader here with 12 laps to go. Tuttle falls back to the number 2 spot, but that is okay, because as long as he stays ahead of Randy Crowder. Oh, we got trouble in turn 1. One car hard into the guardrail. That was Jeremy Zarfos in the 12. And we're back under yellow. No, excuse me. That was not Zarfos. I think that was actually Caleb Sexton. Yes, that was Caleb Sexton, who kind of nosed into the inside guardrail in turn 1 and spun backwards right in front of the field. Lucky that he didn't get any more damage or collect more cars in that one. And so how about this for drama, race fans? Skip Tuttle has lost the lead to Roxbury, putting him back into second place. But look who's clawed his way up to position number 6. It was just, 10 laps ago. Randy Crowder got into some trouble, was involved in an incident, came to the pit lane into the official work area to get some repairs made to that machine. The team gets him back out onto the racetrack. He starts at the tail of the field, and Crowder has now clawed his way back to position number 6. And he can see Tuttle just 4 cars ahead of him. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Should get a restart next time by off of turn 4. Britton Roxbury now shown as your leader. Roxbury, one of several drivers awarded, I believe they call that the Pro Class status. They'll race for the Dirt World Championship. So definitely one of the top sprint car drivers and really one of the top drivers in iRacing here, and he has really taken the Hammer Down League by storm here of late. Pace car pulls off the speedway. Roxbury hard on the gas off of turn 4, and we are back underway. Zarfos immediately going after Tuttle for position, and Crowder going after George Curtis for position as well. Business starting to pick up here with just 8 laps to go. Zarfos gets by Tuttle for second at the line. Crowder still working on Curtis in the 64 machine. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Skip Tuttle's got to stay right where he is, and he will pick up the championship. Crowder is driving the wheels off that 96 car, but he just can't make up any ground on those 2 cars in front of him. As they race side by side, that's Wild Bill Moselle and George Curtis. Boy, Curtis and Moselle going at it in front of Crowder. Oh, Crowder's into the fence in turn 1. Yellow, 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 and it's Crowder one more time. And that might just do it for Randy Crowder's chances at tonight's championship. What a heartbreaking way to see that come to an end here, as he had clawed his way up to position number 6, working on position number 5. We'll take a quick peek at the replay and see if we can see what happened. We're going to start watching them through turns 3 and 4. Moselle and Curtis were fighting hard for position. Moselle and Crowder got together, but they were able to straighten each other out, and Crowder just missed turn 1. He clipped the inside barrier in turn 1, and it was just a fraction of an inch that he missed it by, and that shot him back out in front of the field. Heavy front-end damage on the 96 car as he tried to arc it into the corner, and it looked like maybe it turned in just a little bit too early. You could see he tried to correct it. Soon as it went down into the corner a little too early, you could see he tried to correct the car, but it was too late. The damage had already been done. And then once the car got tipped over on its side, he was trying to keep it running to see if he could get her to flip over, but it would not do it. So he had to be towed back to the pit area. And Crowder now 2 laps down to your leader, Britton Roxbury. And so Skip Tuttle needs to hold on and finish this race here, and he will become the Thursday Thunder 410 Sprint Champion. Pace car dives off the speedway, and Jeremy Zarfos is going to have 1 lap here at Britton Roxbury. Green flags back out. Green and the white comes out together, and Roxbury with 4 car lengths into turn number 1 that time. Down the back straightaway for the final time underneath the famous Williams Grove Speedway Bridge. Through turns 3 and 4, tonight's winner of the Thursday Thunder 410s will be Britton Roxbury. Second will be Jeremy Zarfos. Third, and claiming the points championship for the Thursday Thunder 410s will be Skip Tuttle. Fourth is George Curtis, and Wild Bill Moselle rounds out the top 5. We will go down to Williams Grove Speedway Victory Lane as the fireworks go off in the background, and we will talk to your winner, Britton Roxbury. We'll talk to your top 3, which includes your points champion, Skip Tuttle.
User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Well, we're down here in Williams Grove Speedway Victory Lane. Britton Roxbury has done the wing dance. Congratulating the crew here. And Britton, man, tell me about it. Another strong performance here tonight with the Hammer Down League.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun actually starting there in the back. A lot of stuff to get through there on that 1 lap. I think I passed half the field, and it made me feel pretty good there, so it was definitely exciting.
You put on a great battle there with Skip Tuttle for the lead, and you guys traded that spot a couple of times, and it was pretty entertaining race to watch for sure.
Yeah, I knew he was going for points, so I wasn't trying to mess with him too bad. I was trying to give him as much room as I possibly could. I know we got into each other there. You know, we don't run mirrors, so he just came up to me not knowing I was there, and, you know, that was it.
How much did the track change tonight? I'm always curious to ask drivers about that at the end of the race, just how much change they saw.
At the start, you know, it was pretty tacky, and I'd say about halfway through it started slicking it off, but I usually like when it starts to slicking off, I'm pretty quick in it. And there through the middle, it was pretty messy, but if you could run the very bottom and very top, you were doing all right.
Well, great job tonight. What a week for you it's been here in the sprint cars.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, there's your winner, Britton Roxbury, who
User
picks
was
up the
moved
big
out of
win
your
here
channel.
tonight. Now we'll talk to Jeremy Zarfos in the 12th car. And, man, another good run for you as well, sir.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. A lot of traffic, just like Britton, to go through. I think he actually started a little bit behind me. He got through, took us 3 wide there, not too many laps in, and I felt him. I could hear a car down there, didn't know who it was, and then I bounced off, I think, about 6 or 8, 12, 15, 30 other cars, it felt like. Kind of took a while to get going, and once we were able to get the single file restarts, I could kind of move forward and pass some cars. Doing kind of the same, try not to ruin it for anybody that was up there in the front of the points. So with me and Skip, had a nice little battle at the end and tried to give him as much room as I could without, ruin either of our races.
Well, that definitely put on a show tonight, and that was great to see that clean racing up front. And great job here tonight to get another second place run.
I appreciate it. If Britton stopped showing up, I might be able to win another one here, but he did a great job. I was hoping on that green-white checker I'd get a better start, but he angled that thing down and was pretty much gone. So just hanging on to it, and I like this Hammer Down League a lot, so thanks for Cindy and Robert for having me out.
How about the folks that help you out on the 12 machine?
Give a shout out again to Brian Bowling at 490 Designs. He helped me paint this car, and got to thank Apple Automotive in York, Pennsylvania.
Great job tonight.
Thank you much. Congrats, Skip.
Jeremy Zarfos
User
picking
was
up
moved
the
out of your
second
channel.
position tonight and coming home third, and now his nerves can relax a little bit here. Skip Tuttle, your Thursday Thunder 410 Sprint Points champion here for the Hammer Down iRacing League. Skip, congratulations, man.
Hey, man. Thanks, bud. Man, I've been nervous all day long.
I'll bet it was hard not to think about what was going to happen here tonight, huh?
Man, it was tough. I've been talking junk to Crowder all day long. I knew he was going to be fast. I knew Britton and Zarfos were going to be in there, and they were going to be faster. They were going to come from the back. It was tough. I was just trying to stay consistent.
Well, you certainly did that. You guys had some really good racing going on up front. And at what point tonight did it ever cross your mind tonight that, you know what, if I can't win tonight, I just need to stay up here somewhere ahead of that 96 car?
Yeah, he gave me a run there at the beginning. We got together, and then a couple laps later, he got into an accident there, and he kind of backed off, and I was like, a little bit of pressure was relieved, but still, I didn't know who was there back there in fourth or third to catch up with me. So I just tried to keep it consistent, let those fast guys go, and just stay where I was at.
I've asked all the drivers that have won points championships this week this question, and I'm curious to ask it of you as well. High point and low point of this 8-week series for you?
I'm going to say my high point was the win at Williams Grove a couple weeks back. I mean, Williams Grove is my weak track. I'm not very good at it. I'm not very confident. I'm going to say that's my high point. The low point was last week at Volusia whenever I got DQ'd just from contact. That was that wasn't a very good race for me at all.
Gotcha, man. I want to give you an opportunity here to talk about the folks, team, crew that help you out to get that 83 here to the championship tonight.
Man, I got a great crew. I got Crowder, Caleb, Jake, Dylan, Dalton, Daniel Bass. He's not in the league. Maybe we'll get him in there next season. He does all my paint and body for me. My wife, kids, family. And they all, if it wasn't for any of these guys, I wouldn't be here.
Well, man, go celebrate, and maybe wait till tomorrow morning to give Crowder a little ribbon.
Yeah, he's a little salty. He'll be okay. He congratulated me before the end of the race, though. He's my good buddy.
All right, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, man. Hey, great job tonight, and great job with the whole series this 8 weeks.
Thanks, guys. Y'all do a good job yourselves.
Well, folks, there's your points
User was moved
champion,
out of your
Skip
channel.
Tuttle, here for the Thursday Thunder 410 Sprints. We want to thank you for joining Hammer Down TV and Turn 5 Media's coverage of the Thursday Thunder 410 Sprints. For all the news, results, point standings, and schedule for the Hammer Down iRacing League, visit our website, hdirl.com, or find Hammer Down iRacing League in Facebook. Go to facebook.com and search Hammer Down iRacing League. On behalf of Rob and Cindy Bellinger, all of the admin staff here at the Hammer Down iRacing League, my name is Steve Ovens saying thank you for joining us tonight. We will see you at the races, and we'll see you next season.